Hi, I'm John Carvalho. Welcome to Philosophy and Film for summer 2015. I'd like to use this short video to introduce you to some of the tools that will make it easier for you to navigate the course, get the most out of it. I'm going to send this by email because currently the interface between Blackboard and uh, YouTube is not what it should be. Big surprise there, I suppose. Uh, when I can, I will post it on the Blackboard page for the course, and you can review it there as well. And that's the most important thing, or the first thing anyway, to alert you to about the course. That is that it will be run through the Blackboard platform. I know there are problems with Blackboard. We all have our reservations about it, but it is the tool we have to be able to allow us to teach and take this course online. And in the end of the day, it's a great thing. In the end of the day, it allows people to take this course from all over the world. I have had students take this course from Kenya and from Nicaragua, from Australia. One summer, there was a student taking this class who was commuting between Chicago and Hong Kong. And that uh, was facilitated precisely because we had the Blackboard platform. I've been teaching this course for a long time. When I first started teaching the course, it was all run through my personal web page, and personal web pages were not then what they are now. Uh, so this is much easier from that perspective, even with all of its flaws. So everything for the course will be run through Blackboard. You should be able to go to My Classrooms or whatever link has been provided for you if you're not a Villanova undergraduate student to get to the Blackboard page, sometimes called e-learning. And once you get there, you will be able to run everything that we have for the course. I'm going to just, again, talk about tools right now, which will be helpful for you. And I'll do another one of these presentations to talk to you more about the content of the course. So the first thing, you need access to Blackboard. And you can access Blackboard through handheld devices, apparently. Not the best way to view it, but it is a way to view it. So through your smartphones and your iPads, you can also see this as well as on your computer screens. The next most important tool is Adobe Connect. You will need an account on Adobe Connect. This is a device that's built into Blackboard. I believe you can get an account for Adobe Connect by clicking on the Adobe Connect link on the Blackboard page. And let's see, how am I going to do this? If you can see it's there on the page, that's not going to work out so well. I thought this would be a lot easier. Go to the Blackboard page and you'll be able to find it. So Adobe Connect is the first thing. You need an account on Adobe Connect because I will be making presentations every day using Adobe Connect. These presentations, which I'll make live from about 11:30 in the morning until noon, are archived so that you can view them when you have time. That is, you can take this course synchronously by being there with me at 11:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday for the next several weeks, or you can view these same presentations on your own time by accessing the archive, which is there again from that Adobe Connect link on the Blackboard page. So Blackboard, Adobe Connect. The next thing you'll want is either a Netflix account or access to Amazon Prime or Amazon streaming or iTunes, because you will be asked to watch between 6 and 8 films over the course of this course. And I have on the, again, the Blackboard page, and some of this I've sent out to you already. There's a master list of readings and films. I have indicated on that list those films that stream on Netflix, those films which stream on Amazon Prime, and those films which stream on neither device, which you'll have to get a hold of on DVD. There's at least one film for each of the learning sections, learning modules I sometimes call them, or units, which streams on Netflix. So if you have a Netflix account, you should be able to watch at least 6 of the 8 films that we have for the course. If you go with the DVD version of Netflix, you're going to have to have a lot more planning about what you're going to watch, because as you know, those things come in a couple of days at a time, and the assignments for this course are spaced at about 2 or 3 day intervals. So take a look at that list of readings and films. Maybe look at some of the films you want to watch and start to plan a little bit about how you have access to those films. There's a number of films you can watch for each learning module. So it's a selection of between 6 and 8 films that you can choose from. Not everyone has to watch the same film. Not everyone has to watch particular films. I have tried to give you a selection over the course of time from the 50s and 60s to the present day, so that it's something that will engage you. The point of this course can be made watching any film. That is to say, this course, this philosophy of film course, does not depend on you watching particular kinds of films. I think it's probably easier for you to see the point looking at certain of those films, but the premise that I operate with is that you should be able to understand the philosophy of film that we're trying to impart here by looking at any film. So make your choices. Choose some films you might not watch otherwise, because I think you'll learn something if you do, and always ask questions. Finally, very importantly, you are never in this course required to watch any film that makes you uncomfortable or that you just don't like. There are films that are not uncontroversial that are in the lists for each of these learning modules. If those films make you uncomfortable, don't watch them. You have a lot of choice. If there's nothing on a list of films that you feel like you can comfortably watch, email me. We'll find a film that you can. Okay. So again, there's no imperative for you to watch any particular films over the course of these next few weeks. The next most important tool is IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. If you don't know this, get to know it. It is your film friend. You can use IMDb to find out things about films, to decide whether you want to watch it or not, to see whether it has subtitles or not, whether it's in black and white or in color. All those things which may make a difference for you in watching a film. IMDb is something you should always be appealing to. It is the Bible of film studies, if you will. Bookmark it, refer to it often. You will find lots of interesting films there and learn a lot about them. Last night this afternoon, I guess, we saw a film by an Iranian filmmaker, Fahadi, I think his name is, called About Ellie. It was really a beautiful film, tremendous, I think. Not a film for everyone, but I was really kind of blown away by the camera work, by the palette, by the beautiful people that were in this film, and by the way in which the story was composed from these images. IMDb will help you to learn a lot about films and will help you to become more interested in films that you might not watch otherwise. Excuse me. Sorry. Other tools. The book. This is the book. Film Theory and Criticism. I'm sorry, not very good with these cameras. 7th edition. You can get earlier editions of this book for much cheaper than this. I think this book is retailing at $75. You can get, again, earlier editions for much less money. The page numbers in the assignments will not match up with the page numbers in the earlier editions, but you may be able to navigate that as well. In addition to the readings, which are important, really they are important. They will help you to understand things about film, again, that you might not come to on your own. There are PowerPoint slides that are built into the learning modules or the learning units. Film language, magic realism, film media, auteur theory, genre theory, and mind and cinema. So there are PowerPoint slides that'll guide you through the readings. And then I'll talk about things online. You can ask questions online. It is an interface. We'll be able to communicate. I'll see you, you'll see me, and we can make this a virtual classroom. Finally, there's a calendar tool. If you go to Tools on the left side, I don't see it right now, of course. Scroll down, there it is. On the left sidebar, there's a link for tools. Click on that and click on the calendar tool, and that will show you when everything is due and when you should start which learning modules, so you know exactly where you should be at any given time in the course. And that's also where you'll find the assignments link. For the assignments, for each assignment, you want to click on that link. I'll alert you to this in the course of my presentations. Click on that link. That'll take you to a place where you'll find the assignment, where you will post your assignment. You will post all of your assignments on Blackboard. I will read them online. I will comment on them online. And we will develop a dialogue over the course of the next few weeks about your interests and what you think about film in the context of the course we're presenting. Okay, so for now, I think, let me just check a few things here. As I've said, the assignments will be due just about every 2 or 3 days. You'll be able to see the calendar, and in the Adobe Connect, I'll be able to open a window where you'll be able to see the screen, and I'll be able to point you through these things directly. But right now, I just want to get this out to those of you who are registered for the course. There's still a few more slots left. If you have friends who are thinking about taking a course, alert them to this. But for now, I think this is what I want to say. And again, if you have questions, email me, and hopefully we'll be able to get the Blackboard YouTube interface fixed soon. All right. Thanks very much. Looking forward to this course. I've taught this for a number of years. It's been very successful in the past, and I think it can be successful again. The film list has been updated up to 2013 at least, and there are new films that we might be able to include from last year. I tend to see between 60 and 80 films in the theaters every year. We'll talk a little bit more about seeing films in the theater and why that's so important and why that'll be difficult in the course of this semester. But I hope what we'll encourage you to do and what we say about films will encourage you to get out to the theaters. Find out when it's possible to go for less than an arm and a leg. You have student discounts that you can use. There are memberships in film institutes you can use. I never paid more than $8 to see a movie, and I see lots of movies. So there are ways to do that, and I'm not a student. And I don't yet qualify for old age benefits. So you're going to find ways to do these things. You can, and let's try to encourage you to. So, okay, that's it. We're at the 13.5-minute mark, and if I go to 15, YouTube will shout and scream at me. So let's stop this, and I'll see you again online.